Hello. On the topic of whether or not they actually do ever stop contacting you, the narcissist, I have a little bit more to say. And I've noticed my trend. I make clumps of videos together because one video leads me to the idea of another one, and it reflects an outline I wrote over here, and then I try to combine like subjects. And this kind of connects to the last video I made. How do you know, and do they ever stop contacting you? That's really the question. And I'm going through this right now, and I'm hoping the answer is yes, that they do eventually stop. When you stop responding. All of the videos and everything that I've watched and seen and whatever, they all tell you the same thing. The narcissist never stops. You will hear from them again. You will hear from them, and it could be 10 years. It could be 3 years. It could be 6 months. It could be 20 years. It could be, okay? That you always have to be on the lookout because they will always try back. Time will go by, and we have to be careful when time goes by that we don't forget why we stopped talking to them. Okay, let me back up. Let me explain, okay? Once they stop the reaching out because you've not responded, or at least my narcissist has now laid off, right? This is what led me to think of this topic recently. My narcissist has started to lay off the reaching out to me. So I started to think, ooh, I wonder if I did it. I wonder if I did it. Like, he's finally done reaching out. And then I think, well, maybe not. It's really not been that long that I've heard from him. But I have a feeling. I have a feeling it might be done, because going off the last few attempts, his demeanor seemed so defeated that I hadn't responded. And it makes me realize that all the back and forth that we had, because I wasn't ready for it to actually fade off, made it keep going. Like, now that I've not responded, now he is fading off. You know what I mean? Like, it's fading off because he's not getting something. And I feel like he would have faded off last year had I held strong. So the second you build up time that you haven't responded, and then you see that him reaching out actually does fade, it's another point at which you realize that none of what he ever says was real. Because anyone that loves you doesn't handle things that way. If any one of the things that my narcissist, in his attempts to I'm sorry, I have an itchy nose. Get into a fight or kiss a fool when you have an itchy nose, so I just kissed myself. If any of the things that my narcissist had said to me during trying to contact me post-breakup were real, then he would still be contacting me. Oh my God, the things he said. Worship me, can't live without me, I can't love anybody else but you. If any of those things are ever real from a person, they let you know, and they don't stop contacting you. And they will show you that they love you, and they will prove it to you. They handle themselves differently, right? Not just let me throw out everything, see if it sticks, boom, 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 boom. I stop responding, and now he's starting to back off, which makes me happy. I don't want to hear from him anymore. But it makes you realize there's a tinge of, oh God, I felt like kind of like idiotic for ever having responded in the first place, because it makes me realize, oh my God, I was the girl that responded back to him, and he was just spinning my wheels. It's embarrassing. At this point, that I finally stopped and enough time has gone by, I'm hoping with enough time that goes by of me not returning, I'm hoping that this isn't just that he's pulled back. I'm hoping this is that he stopped. It's definitely fading off. I think their ego can only handle so much rejection. obviously. They need something back. They need to get anything back from you. When they don't, to keep going, when you stop playing, I stopped playing altogether. So how's he going to keep going? Even the friendship that we had said we'd try, I stopped cold after some careful deliberation. Eventually, he fell off after a string of unanswered things. So I often sit here and think, ooh, is this it? Could this it? Could I have done it? But then again, I have to tell you the truth, okay? He fell off because there was nothing from me. And when I say nothing, I mean nothing. Nothing. Like, we don't even know people in common, so he could get wind from someone that I at least talked about him, and he's still on my mind. Nothing. We don't have people in common, social media, nothing, phone, email, text, nothing. They get no wind from you anywhere. Nothing. No sight, no bumping intos, radio silence, crickets. And that's when I think, I'm hoping that they move on. I guess I'll find out. I'll tell you. You know I'll tell you my business. I just think that the only reason that he kept before is because there'd be something. Even if, like they say, they tell you right out, don't even text them. Forget it. It's over. Those are the things I would text him. They are right. That was just enough to keep him going. Because that's a challenge they're going to beat. Oh, yeah? You think it's over? Yeah, watch this. I love you more than life. I can't breathe. So the more I would lay on, leave me alone, stop calling me, I don't want to talk to you anymore, da ba 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 ba, the thicker he'd lay on the words, because now he's going to defeat what I said. That's why they tell you, even if you give them, and they love it, any attention, even negative attention, just like a baby or a child that's acting out, that wants attention from their mother. So even if you give them negative attention, they're going to take that as a green light. Ooh, it's an open, you know what I mean? It's an open door. We mustn't allow, say a year goes by, right? We mustn't allow then to forget all the bad and think we're safe to answer. Say like in 6 months, oh, Merry Christmas. You get an email or something. Just checking in. How's your family? Merry Christmas. You have to make a decision that you will not respond again, ever. Because they'll do in 6 months to you exactly what they did the whole time, right? They'll jump right back in. Remember, their power is an open door to you. That's all they need. A crack to stick their little foot in, and now, boom, the door is held open. And you know what? They might bother you. You finally say, go away. They stick a foot, that you might not hear from them again for 6 months. But guess what? They know their foot's in the door. They landed on an open door with you, and they'll come back again. So I think when they say they'll always do it, at least I'm hoping what they mean is that in this, for example, say in time he tries to, or he forgets the bad, or is hoping I forgot the bad, or he forgets the feeling that he's getting right now of not getting anything back, and he's just bored enough in a year from now, and he's just nostalgic enough, or sees something reminds him, and he reaches out. That's when you got to hold strong too, because they will use that to start the whole thing over again, suck you right back in, and you'll be even worse off than you were the first time. Because the love bombing to get you back in is going to be that much thicker, because you're coming from a place of resistance. So you're going to be swooned that much more. You're going to start the whole cycle again. So will they ever stop is a question I guess only time will tell us. But I hope so. That's what I'm hoping for. But I can tell you the most we can do to aid them to never contact us again is to not respond. Another time I'm realizing the research is right. because I've not given anything, and it is starting to fade off. It is. It is starting to fade off, absolutely. And it's very relaxing to me because I don't want that. I don't want for me to be looking at my phone and seeing that there's an email or seeing that he gets me a video clip through some means. I don't want anything to come into my life from that person ever again. And the only way to guarantee, or not even to guarantee, because they say they'll do it anyway, the biggest probability I have to ensure that is for me not to respond to anything at all. So I'll let you know. And I'm curious to know what you've experienced. I've seen stories where women are like, I didn't hear from him for 10 years. And in he comes. They both had married other people. In he comes. And he did more damage. It can happen to people, and I'm not going to let that happen to me. The damage I've had from that narcissist is a finite amount of time. It's over here, and I won't. So I am hoping that the contact does stop eventually. I have a feeling the research is right, as it has been about everything, and there will be eventually maybe some other reach out. I would be shocked, though, even with the research saying it happens, because he really did seem defeated, and I'm not giving him anything back. Remember, their egos are really big. So to me, that's contradictory. You're not getting anything back. You feel defeated. Why would you keep contacting me? I think eventually they may, because they forget the bad stuff, just as we can. And their bad stuff is, ooh, they didn't respond back to me. I'm feeling defeated. Not, I miss her so much. Let me contact her. No. So I don't know the answer in terms of my own narcissist. I'll let you know how it goes. But I'm hoping that without even a wind from us, that was the point of this video. So let me get back to that for 1 millisecond. That was the point of this, is that I'm not here from him because he's getting nothing. I got many videos, not just, I think I told you guys about the boat one, the pathetic him on a boat one a few videos back. I think I talked about that. But I got many videos from him. Begging, pleading, all kinds of stuff. No. I'm just not interested. And he didn't even look familiar to me. He looked really pathetic and odd. Sad. So I don't want it. So I'm hoping that it maintains, and I'll let you know how it goes for me. I'm curious to know what experiences you've had. If you've gone a really long time without hearing from your narcissist, and then up they pop again. What did they say? Let's try to dissect what we think they were doing. You know, if he breaks up with somebody and they get him all riled up and upset, I think that's when I might hear from him. Because I was always a nice person. I was a good friend. I had an ear. I would listen. I would make him feel better. Oh, don't let that bother you about that friend or this person or whatever. I'm not interested in helping him through anything anymore. So I'm hoping I never hear from him again. And it's starting to fade off. And it really just hit me that if I had stuck with not contacting him back, it would have faded off a long time ago. That's the sign to me that what they're saying is total malarkey. Because if any of it were genuine, they'd still be trying to say it. Right? If somebody actually loves you, actually respects you, actually wants to be with you, then they'd come after you and be with you. Not that he has a right to be with me anymore, because I would say no. But they would not be behaving in this way. Just calling, texting, email. Okay? They'd be at your front door. They'd be delivering things to your home. You know what I'm saying? So you're afraid, I think, deep down inside. I don't even think I realize it. You're afraid not to contact because you know the minute you do stop contacting them back, it will be the end. So you wait to feel that you want it to be the end before you enact the no contacting them back thing. What I did was I saw that me not contacting him back and seeing the dissipation and eventual fading off of his contact made me not want to be with him more and made me want to stop the contact more. Because it's like, oh, so that's all it took? Was for me to not answer you? And boom, you're done? Like, so everything he said was fake. Which of course it was, Renee. I know. Of course it was. But you hold out hope that he means what he says, that he's trying to get back with you, that he was thinking of you, that maybe a part of him did love me. And I am telling you, it becomes so evident and obvious once you stop and they stop. Hit me like between the eyes. I was like, oh my God. So they just play with you as long as you play with them. That's it. Picture kids in a sandbox. If one kid stopped cold playing with the other kid's not going to keep stopped cold, moved to the other side of the sandbox, turned his back around, and started playing with his own truck in the sand. This kid over here is going to eventually find someone else to play with, or he's going to just play by himself quietly for the time being. That's kind of what happened. He didn't really want anything from me except to just be entertained. I'm no one's entertainment. I'm sorry. No. So keep all that in mind. When you're stopping, it releases you. It releases you. And I hope that it leads to no more contact from that narcissist anymore. That's what I'm hoping. And I will keep you informed if I hear from him. I'll let you know.